Hi, I'm Daniel Stephen Carlton, the first elected sheriff of St. Lucie County and first lawman to be killed in the line of duty, and this is my story.
Daniel Stephen Carlton, the first elected sheriff of St. Lucie County, he served his community with honor and bravery for nearly a decade. As both a lawman and local butcher, he was known to everyone. But on the night of May 22, 1915, his life would end in a hail of gunfire. Born on February 6, 1872, near Arcadia, Florida, Daniel Stephen Carlton would move with his family to Fort Pierce, where he would make his mark not only as a cattleman and citrus grower, but also as a protector of the people. In 1907, Daniel was elected as the first sheriff of St. Lucie County, a position he would hold until his untimely death in 1915. But Sheriff Carlton wasn't just any lawman. He was a friend of the Seminole people, a relationship that would be put to the test in 1907. When a Pennsylvania man, John Flournoy, stole the bones of Seminole Chief Tom Tiger, tensions flared, threatening to ignite an Indian uprising. Sheriff Carlton, with his unique bond with the Seminoles, courageously intervened. Sheriff Carlton negotiated peace, returning Tom Tiger's remains and restoring calm to the area. His actions were pivotal in avoiding what could have been a violent conflict between the Seminole people and the town. Saturday nights were busy in Fort Pierce, with farmers from the surrounding areas coming into town to stock up on supplies, socialize, and unwind. But the town lacked a formal police force. Instead, merchants had hired D.J. Disney, a recent arrival from Georgia, as a night marshal to keep the peace. Disney's appointment as night marshal, however, wasn't without friction. Days before, he had clashed with one of Sheriff Carlton's deputies, Jim Alderman. Tensions between Disney and Carlton were simmering just below the surface. On that fateful night, Sheriff Carlton and Disney met in a narrow alleyway. Words were exchanged, timbers flared, and then shots rang out. When the dust settled, both men lay on the ground, bleeding. Sheriff Carlton had been shot 4 times, once through the right eye, in the chest, and both arms. Disney had been shot 3 times, but he survived the encounter, despite the efforts of Dr. H.D. Clark, who treated Carlton upstairs at the St. Lucie drugstore. The sheriff succumbed to his wounds. Disney, on the other hand, was taken to another doctor's office and later transported to Miami for further treatment. But his troubles were far from over. Before Disney could leave town, a mob of angry citizens led by Carlton's deputy, Jim Alderman, stormed the train carrying him to Miami. They dragged Disney off, beat him severely, and broke his leg. Anarchy reigned in the streets of Fort Pierce, leaving the town in shock. Governor Park Trammell quickly appointed a new sheriff, and Disney was indicted for second-degree murder. The trial was intense. Witnesses gave conflicting accounts of the shooting. Some claimed Carlton had been walking away when Disney fired, while others insisted both men had faced off. Disney took the stand in his own defense, stating that Sheriff Carlton had drawn his weapon first and that he had been struck in the eye before returning fire. The jury could not reach a decision, and a mistrial was declared. The case was moved to Orange County for a second trial. In May 1916, after hearing from the same 20 witnesses, the jury found Disney guilty of manslaughter. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, bringing an end to a case that had captivated Fort Pierce and left the community deeply divided. Sheriff Daniel Stephen Carlton, brave, respected, and ultimately cut down by the very conflict he sought to resolve. His legacy endures as Fort Pierce's first lawman to fall in the line of duty, a man whose story continues to resonate in the heart of this historic town. There is a plaque downtown Fort Pierce that marks where the gun battle took place that fateful night to commemorate the sacrifice given by Sheriff Daniel Stephen Carlton on May 22, 1915. If you're ever in Fort Pierce, there, stop by and visit